Hey guys, how's it going? So I just wanted to do a quick little video here, talking about why I've quit WoW after 16 years of playing. I've essentially played since the first 6 months that WoW came out. I played most of the expansions since release, I should say. Stopped after Legion. And I played Classic and Classic TBC a lot. Yeah, after... Okay, I think one of the big things for me personally was... with the release of Classic TBC, because I haven't cared about retail WoW for quite a while. I think it's pretty crap. And going into TBC, I was really excited for TBC, because TBC and Wrath are my favorite two expansions ever, and sadly, I'm not going to be able to go. I'm not going to go back and play Wrath because of the way Blizzard is running it. When they revealed all the microtransactions for Classic TBC, the paid character cloning, the pre-order pass, which gave you like the mount and a boost. The boost was a big one for me because I feel like the boost is so antithetical to Classic as a whole. It's yeah, it just seemed like a massive stab in the back, and it goes to show because going into TBC, like the bots were a massive problem because rather than having to level up, they just bought the boost and they were able to make gold immediately. Anyways, I mean, like, I loved Classic WoW, and I'm glad they didn't do any microtransactions for that, but it's not just microtransactions, because, like, Final Fantasy XIV has microtransactions, and I also love Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm not a big fan of the boosts or the skips in 14, but I'm not using them, and I would say my experience so far hasn't been that they're an overall a detriment to my time in the game, so that's an important factor. Anyways, so me personally, I've been a fan of Final Fantasy since 7. It's the first one I ever played. I played it on PlayStation. I've still got my copy somewhere. It's probably in storage in my house somewhere. And I previously tried to play Final Fantasy XI, couldn't figure out how to get access to my account, so I just never did it. And I played 14 for like a couple of days back in 2014 or 2013 or something. And yeah, so for reference, I've been playing for about 5 weeks now. This is just some footage of me clearing all of the extreme trials in A Realm Reborn. So each of the primals and King Mog. I love King Mog. King Mog's great. But yeah, no. So I found Final Fantasy XIV to be far more enjoyable, just in A Realm Reborn, by the way, than I have had with almost all of WoW for the past yeah, pretty much since the beginning of WoW. Like, I'd say probably since TBC or Wrath. And a lot of it's got to do with the story, because I feel like the story is such a massive part of 14 as a whole. And it's... well, it's just like... yeah, it's like it's such an important part of it. You, as your character, is a key part of the story, like your main character within the story itself. And it feels far more engaging than anything that's in WoW, by far. Like, it's... I mean, obviously that's subjective, and then this whole video is going to be is based on my experience. Why have I personally quit and moved on to Final Fantasy? As someone who's played WoW basically since the beginning. Yeah. Additionally to that as well, like, in WoW, there's such a massive push to get to max level, right? It's like, you don't care about anything else except for getting to max level. But what I found playing 14 is that the most important part of it is just doing the story and experiencing the story and doing all the challenges that come along at each point of the story, like, you know, each of the primals, each of the various little bosses that you have to fight, all the different encounters that you have to do as part of the story, and they all make sense within the context of the story. And obviously there is a story in World of Warcraft, but it's not important to the progression of your character. The story is within like big chunks of quest text. There's no cut, like, at least I think in retail WoW now there's some cutscenes, but like the story isn't presented to you in a really engaging way, which is the problem with WoW's story as a whole, right? And also there's so much like that's outside of the game and like books and stuff like that, which I've never read, had absolutely no interest in, because yeah, I mean, I guess I'm kind of like a WoW boomer in a way because I love Warcraft 3 and stuff, and that's sort of where I'm basing my enjoyment of the Warcraft universe. But yeah, no, so now that I've been playing, Final Fantasy XIV for essentially about 5 weeks, nearly 6 weeks now. This footage is a bit old, but I'm now almost at the end of Heaven's Ward. I haven't skipped any cutscenes. I've been streaming pretty much the entire thing, and I've been reading every cutscene that's not voiceovered. I've been doing pretty much everything. I'm farming the EX trials in Duty Finder for the mounts, because I really want to get all the mounts. I have all my gathering jobs at level 60 at the moment, or just over level 60. My crafting jobs, a lot of them are level 50 plus. Culinarian is 60 plus at the moment. And I'm leveling White Mage and Arcanist on the side as well. I've unlocked all the jobs at this point, but I haven't leveled all of them. So yeah. Long term, I want to max out all my jobs, clear all the raids and trials on at least the second highest difficulties, like Savage and stuff, and get most of the mounts that are attainable, and minions as well, outside of the store, or things like getting really high rank in PvP, just because, like, whilst I could probably try and get those, it's like I'd rather do the other stuff in the game. But yeah, honestly, it's been a blast, honestly. I've had such a good time playing it. My sub has unfortunately run out, but I get paid tomorrow, so I'll be able to re-sub. Normally I would buy like a 6-month sub, but I might actually do that tomorrow when I get paid. I started like a new job as well when I started playing Final Fantasy XIV, so that's been good. So some of these clips are pretty scuffed because like these are my first times doing each of them, and the first times I've killed them. So like, yeah. Also, one of the tough things as well, because I'm in Australia, I'm playing on the Chaos Data Center on Louis Soir, and oh god, the latency is really bad. So like in here, for example, during the Titan fight, I'm getting kicked off. Even though on my screen I'm like well outside of the knockout zone, because of the latency. Yeah, it's rough, and I cannot wait for them to add Australian servers, OCE servers, going into Endwalker, which I'm planning on getting up to Shadowbringers and completing Shadowbringers before Endwalker comes out. I mean, I've almost finished Heaven's Ward. Yeah, so that's the goal at the moment. So yeah, this is all taken from my live stream as well, which, by the way, I do stream on here on YouTube as well as on Twitch, and so you can check me out there. We've been streaming almost every night, pretty much, Final Fantasy XIV, and once I finish Shadowbringers, I'll be doing some other games as well. I mean, once I finish Heaven's Ward, I want to finish Judgment, and then I'm going to go jump into Stormblood, bang that out, and bang out Shadowbringers. I'm really, it's like, it's not that I'm trying to like rush it, but I'm just having such a good, like, it's genuinely such a good time playing the game that like I'm just smashing through it. I'm just like, I'm like a crackhead, man, with just MMOs generally speaking. I'm a bit of a crackhead, but man, 14's like perfect. I love it. It's so good. And like my friend, the reason I'm playing on an EU server is because my friend Shazza, who also streams, she started playing this quite a while ago and then wanted me to play with her, and then I was like, well, if I'm going to start playing, I'm going to play on EU with you, and then obviously when OCE comes out, we'll transfer. And yeah, I've been planning on jumping over for quite a while, but then like, yeah, when I was playing TBC, like my guild was sort of falling apart. I wasn't really having that much fun with TBC, just because like the microtransactions, honestly, it was crazy seeing like with the boosts, like almost everyone who I knew of who boosted quit the game within a couple of weeks of TBC coming out. So yeah, it kind of just proved my point about the whole boost thing, was that like it's not good for the game, right? And it's gonna make people not want to actually play the game properly, you know, level naturally and all that stuff. And yeah, it's unfortunate. And we've seen the same thing also with like Final Fantasy XIV recently, with like the Quinn thing, where he was just like, he like played like an hour of the story or some shit, and then like boosted and skipped, and then didn't know how to play the game properly. And he's like, oh my god, what the hell? Everyone sucks. I thought that was so stupid. It blew my mind. I was like, yeah, okay, dude. Anyways, yeah, so this is my first kill of Shiva. I think after this is Rama, which was fun. I'm trying to get bindings of Bahamut done, get all that done, but it's been a problem just actually getting people to do it. Because I really want to get it done. I'm playing it on PS5. As you can probably tell, it's the console version by the UI. And yeah, I'm gonna play it on PlayStation until I've gotten all the trophies, because I'm a trophy hunter first and foremost. I like getting all the trophies in video games on PlayStation, so I'm gonna do that. Then eventually I might transfer over to PC, but we'll see. I'm actually really liking playing it on console. It's I thought it was gonna feel like a massive detriment, and at times it kind of does feel a little bit clunky, but it might also be me also being stubborn and not wanting to change my current setup too much, because I'm getting so used to it. And there are some changes that I do want to make once I get my sub back up, but yeah, it's been good. I've had a really good time. Anyways, since we're about to end this video, I'd appreciate it if you could leave the video a like and a comment. Let me know what your experience with Final Fantasy XIV has been. Are you a former WoW player as well? Or are you someone who's never played WoW, has only played 14? What other MMOs you might have been playing? So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check out my live streams here on YouTube or on Twitch. Twitch is the main one, but that's where most of the conversation happens on Twitch. But anyways, appreciate you for watching this video, and we'll just watch the last little bit of this Rama fight. Here we go, look at that. Beautiful. Dude, the summons, the fights are so good. And this is also, like, I know, like, this is only a Realm Reborn, but, like, this, I love them already. Like, it's so good. I can't wait to get to the later ones, you know? Yeah, here you see I lost the whistle, sadly. But, yeah. Could play on that again. But, yeah, anyways. Appreciate you watching this, and I'll catch you guys in some live streams and in some future videos. I'm actually going to be uploading the full first kills of each of these, and my Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward onwards story playthroughs on my second channel. They'll be going up eventually, so yeah. Yeah, appreciate you. Catch you later. See ya.